Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Veterans Growing America podcast. I am here with my illustrious co-host, Donnell Johns, and we have a special guest because she is still actively serving, Lieutenant Colonel Nini Antoine. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm super excited to have you. We met briefly. I don't know if you remember, we met briefly. I came down to the shop. Amazing products that we're going to get into. But I'm super excited to share with the listeners.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited.
You know what I'm excited about? I'm excited about sharing who you are and your background. Can you tell us a little bit about Lieutenant Colonel Nini Antoine, your military background and experience?
Well, let's see. It's a lot. I have 30 years. This past December made 30 years of service for me. National Guard, started right out of high school, junior in high school. So a recruiter just like you got me roped up into this Army thing. So I've been doing this National Guard thing for a long time. But yeah, I'm originally from Houston by way of Louisiana, as we say in the country. So, but I hail from Atlanta. That was my longest duty station before I got PCS up here to the DMV, where I was able to meet you all.
That is awesome.
Hey, that's amazing. So, can you tell me how how did your military trainer experience kind of influence your journey into entrepreneurship?
Well, because I had the luxury of being a citizen soldier, which is meaning I did the military thing part-time, I was able to like tap into all of my, I had a full-time job. I was able to go to college full-time. So when I was in college, the broke college student, I had several jobs. And so I always wanted to kind of do my own thing, kind of thinking out the box. I always had a regular job, but I always had some kind of business on the side or something going on. So I've been an entrepreneur since like grade school, basically. And this was just a way that once I got my career military wise started, it just made sense. Another way to kind of, be able to tap into some of my outside influences. And this was one of the things that just came along down the road, and it's been popping ever since.
That's good. That's good stuff. So tell us exactly what inspired you to start your business.
Well, I had several other businesses before, but this has been my most passionate project. Only because I was a customer for a few years before I actually started distributing Perfume Chicks, and so I've tried to get them interested in the franchise model. So we've been kind of exploring that option. And so we're almost there. But I was a customer for a long time, fell in love with the product, got the benefits of all of its, qualities from the eczema, from the dry skin, a little bit of everything. So this is how I stay so young and youthful looking, because I'm able to use my own products. And so that's a blessing in itself, because when you can really be genuinely in love with your product, it sells itself.
And what is your product? Tell us a little bit about your product.
So I have the most amazingly scented, beautifully scented Shea Butters, and they are great for multiple skin conditions. So eczema, rosacea, stretch marks, tattoo maintenance, a little bit of everything. So young and old, they're all natural, they're hand whipped, and they just happen to smell amazing.
Hey, so I remember when we had a conversation, you kind of told me about the journey and the maturation of the product. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about that journey, kind of how you got into that journey based off of the story of the product?
Yeah. So the owner has 5 girls, and they all had severe eczema when they were coming up. And so he just kind of blessed the neighborhood with his product. As once they saw how great it worked, then everybody in the neighborhood wanted to have it. So they started off making soaps, and eventually his wife was really into essential oils and perfumes and very a lot of fragrances. So they kind of infused the two, and Perfume Chick was birthed. And so we have been in business for about 15 years, and well, I think it's like right at 13 years, and I have been a part of that business for the last 7. So yeah, I took it on the road. I started off small, and now I started off, I think, with 3 fragrances, and now I'm up to 45. So it's been really a blessing.
And so let me ask you this. So I know that are you still currently serving, and then you have your entrepreneurial journey happen at the same time. And of course, I'm a active duty member, so this is like me getting free coaching. But how do you balance being able to complete your obligations for the military and being an entrepreneur?
It's all strategic. It's all really just time management, and then we already have the discipline just from any person that's served. They have this just air of discipline about themselves. So it's sometimes it's long nights and early mornings, but at the end of the day, it's worth it. Just trying to find your niche, so where you can make your products better, but also give you a better quality of life. Like the money that I'm able to make, and just the travel, the people that I get to meet, the people that come and share their testimonies and their stories of how great or how in love they are with my product, is what keeps me going, keeps me wanting to stay up all night to package up product and get it ready, or get ready for my day at VGA on the weekends and things like that. But um, it's really strictly time management. It's a lot of time management, but once you get that extra boost of energy just by the reaction that you get from your customers, and the things that it allows you to afford, money wise and revenue wise. So once you start seeing it all level out, you see the where your hard work pays off. So just a lot of time management, just making sure that you take time and take care of yourself. Every now and then Donnell will tell you I have to get missing and go on a vacation, because there's sometimes I've been at the shop 6, 8 weeks in a row, 8 weekends in a row, and that means working Monday through Friday, and then coming to the shop Friday through Sunday, and it does wear on you. But just that one customer that comes in all excited about their fragrance, or how they're in love, or they told their cousins and brothers and family members, and their moms is calling from another state saying, "Hey, I need some more of that stuff." So that's what makes me just be okay with keep going.
That's cool stuff. Like I know, in fact, I was in the store today and somebody came up to me about your product. They was like, "Oh, you smell good. What is that?" And I was like, that's that A.T.L perfume chick. You may want to go over there and get you some." Well, my next question is what are some of the lessons that you have learned from the military that you carry over and use for your business?
Ooh, that's a good one. So I think, uniformity, and as I said, that the discipline of being able to provide your customer with consistency. So whether that be consistency of having the products they want on the shelf, whether it be just making it simple for them to be able to get a hold of you. So just making it easy for the customer. Like, you want them to do the least amount of work. So if I got to do 150% of the work and they only have to do 10, that my mission is accomplished. So that is really it for me. I find that the little things that help me keep all of my, all of my ducks in a row, it's all about the discipline and the uniformity. I have a way that I stack them up on the shelf so that I'll know just at a glance, I can get a quick estimate of what I need, what I'm short on, what I need to bring in. And it helps with, if it makes it easier for me, then I know it's going to make it easier for the customer. So I think that's the biggest thing. And then just being disciplined to be able to say, okay, I need to package up just the little things, like shea butters get pretty oily. So if I don't put tape over the labels, the letters rub off. So when the customer falls in love with the fragrance, but then it's all rubbed off, the label's all rubbed off, they don't know what to tell me that they want. They, be like, it smells like roses and, berries and juice and stuff, but I don't remember what the name of it because it's gone. So just the little things, my customers let me know that they appreciate that. They're like, the label's on the front, my contact information's on the back of the jar. So it's clear. They don't have to read the little fine print. I put the stickers on there and it says your reorder information with A.T.L Perfume Chick. So they can always get a hold of me, even if they don't, if they lose my card, because I always put a card in there as well. But if they lose the card, on the back of your jar is my contact information. So just the little things like that, like making it easy for your customer, um, is a big deal. Like, nobody wants to spend their money and have to work hard to get a hold of you or to get your product. It's just you won't have a reoccurring customer if they have to do too much work, because people don't have time for that.
For sure. The customer.
Let me ask this though. So like, I know you have some great products. Give me the top 3 products that you sell the most, and then what is your favorite scent that you sell?
So my favorite scent is Be Beautiful. That is my number one favorite fragrance. It's like fresh and airy, but it's really pretty. But it depends on the style of customer. So my customers like sweet, or if they like a musk, or so I have top sellers. I have basically a top 25, right? And so my top 25, I probably can narrow that down to 5 top men fragrances and 5 top female fragrances, because everybody has a different kind of taste. But if I had to narrow it down to 3 overall, I would say Pink Sugar is one of my number one sellers for the ladies. It's like a sweet vanilla. Um, and then Beloved, which is the one that Tonda wears, Mrs. John. She wears that one. That is like that used to be my number one as well. It's more of the middle-aged to seasoned ladies. They love that fragrance. The younger folks, and sometimes, folks that really love vanilla, they'll love the Pink Sugar. So it's kind of a toss-up. And my number one men's fragrance is probably the Jimmy Choo. Jimmy Choo and Savage, we call our Savage. So those are my top 2.
Hey, that's crazy because those are the 2 I wear, so I'm probably end up having to get both of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, Jimmy Choo is the one I wear the most. And
Mhm.
my favorite is the Egyptian musk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to get that every time every time it's on the shelf, I got to get me one. And so I
That's
have
that
2
old
just in
school
case.
player.
So tell us a little bit about, so I know I have plans for A.T.L Perfume Chick, but what are your plans for A.T.L Perfume Chick? What are some of the goals that you have for your business?
Well, my plans is to hitch my wagon to this VGA train and just take it all the way to the moon and back. So I see VGA housing great businesses like A.T.L Perfume Chick, basically in 20 to 25 States at the biggest military posts that there are. So that's where I see us. And that I'm seeing that in the next 5 years. I'm saying 20 to 25 military posts, in that community. It doesn't necessarily have to be on post, but in a saturated military community where we can tap into our veterans, and provide them these great services and products. And I think ATL is gonna ride this train till the wheels fall off.
I love
That,
that. That's what I love to hear because we, as an organization, we always say, let's grow. And we're always thinking about the next step in our organization. Can you tell America that's going to be listening to this on all channels, why VGA? Why'd you become a part of this organization? And just tell us a little bit about that.
one of your soldiers, now my soldier, she told me, she was like, there's this guy, retired command sergeant major. You need to get your product at his shop. He's doing this great thing. She just was just hyping. She was your complete hype man. And she turned me on to you. I think she called you and she's like, hey, are y'all doing your thing this weekend? And it was on ever since. And I was just excited when I walked into the doors of VGA. I have done a lot of vending, different venues, different places, outside, inside, big ballrooms, big coliseums. I've done it all, right? And when I say that, when I came into VGA, the atmosphere was just different. It was special. You immediately felt welcome. You immediately felt like, okay, this is professionally done. It wasn't just like everybody got different kinds of signs and colors and everything just all over the place. It was uniform, the things that military folks, that's just in us now. Like you can't take that away. So when I walked in, that was the immediate impression that I got. And that just was like, okay, I can make money here. Like I could do it here. You know what I'm saying? I can go anywhere and I'll have fun. I never have a bad day when it comes to working and making money. And that was just it took it to another level. Just the high energy, the professionalism, the family atmosphere, the camaraderie. We all have something in common. We all can laugh and joke about everybody's service. I always give the Marines a whole bunch of mess because, they're the few. And I don't know if they should be so proud, but they're the but it's all out of love. And so we just have a good time. It's never a dull day. And that's how I could easily just do 6, 7, 8 weeks in a row and not really feel like it until my body's like, okay, Heifer, sit down and sit down and be still for a minute. But it's just that you get lost in the love and you get lost in the community in the sense of belonging. And that makes it easy. Even when you have a bad day, it's still a good day because you're amongst family and friends, and you're all you don't have to feel any kind of way because we all help each other. We all help each other level up. We all help each other, get better, move to the next step, figure out what's their next thing. Like how can they grow? How can they be better than they were last weekend? All of those things. And nobody has to feel ashamed. Nobody has to feel, timid and like, oh, I don't want to ask these questions. I don't want to seem like I'm not smart or whatever, because we all figuring it out at different levels and we all can have something to contribute to each other. So that's what my biggest thing and my biggest draw to VGA. And they ain't gonna get rid of me. I don't care what they do.
Well, we want to let you know that your passion is our passion, and to see the excitement that you have and the ownership that you have taken of the organization, we certainly appreciate that. And we just celebrate not only you but everybody in our organization. And so it's so good to have you a part of the team, a part of our full-time vending. But your product is amazing. But on top of that, you're amazing, and that brings everybody else, in alignment with our culture. So thank you for being, one of our culture ambassadors and a huge part of, the success of our organization.
Thank you. I am happy to be a part of it. I told you ain't gonna get rid of me. I'm gonna go into stalker mode if they threaten to get rid of me.
you gonna set it up anyways, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, this my table.
Exactly. This is my whole corner right here. When you need something.
So how do people get a hold of your products?
So I am on Instagram. I am in VGA in the Potomac Town Center Shopping Center 7 days a week. So they can come in the doors any day of the week and they can get A.T.L Perfume Chick. But my IG is A.T.L Perfume Chick on Instagram. So and I have a new website. One of our other team members, Marta with Bella Luna, she was able to help me get on Shopify. So coming to you very, very soon, like in a couple of days, I'm gonna hit the button and open it up to the world, the whole world, Craig.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So that'll be atlperfumechick.com. We were able to lock in my website.
That's amazing. And so Donnell, you wanna share a little bit about VGA and how folks can continue to follow, share, and support the program?
So y'all heard Nini talk about the what Veterans Growing America is. So we're an organization that spotlights our veteran and military spouse entrepreneurs, and we're a space, place, and opportunity for you to grow. And so what we want you to do is first like and share this podcast and let anybody that you know that wants to support our community follow us, and then go to our website and become a member of our organization. On top of that, like she said, we're the best part of the military, where we have a culture, we have great people, and we have great products. So follow us at veteransgrowingamerica.com, and you can find us on all social media platforms at Veterans Growing America. Back to you, Craig. No, I'm just playing.
And so, Nini, tell us all we got to do. What do we got to do to help us out?
All you got to do is shop, baby. Just come on in and shop. Baby. We got it.
I love it. I love it. And we are over and out.